Hi everyone, Sophie here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm really excited to share with you a 25-minute short yoga flow practice. If you're following along with the playlist, we're going to hit play together in 3, 2, and 1. So we're actually going to start today's practice by standing up. So standing in the middle of your mat, feet are hips width here, and we're just going to roll our shoulders up, back and down. Take a deep inhale. Exhale audibly through the mouth as you feel the shoulders softening down the back body. Palms facing forward. Neck nice and long here. And an invitation to soften the gaze, even close down the eyes. As we use these first few moments to arrive. Now perhaps you're taking this practice in the evening, in the morning, maybe as a short break from your desk. So whatever that may be for you, perhaps welcoming in an intention for your practice. So perhaps finding a bit of clarity, a bit of connection, a bit of compassion or kindness. We're then going to draw one hand to our belly, one hand to our chest, and open our practice with 3 clearing and collective breaths. So together we inhale through the nose, and then really sigh it out through the mouth. Inhaling through the nose, and really let it go. Finally, the deepest breath you've taken all day, inhaling through the nose, and really sigh it out through the mouth. Fluttering open those eyes now if they're closed. Let the hands come gently down by your side. We're going to gently tilt our head over to the right. I'm going to mirror you. So feeling a nice deep neck stretch here, feeling the stretch elongate down the side of the body. Take a deep breath here, inhale. And then exhale, roll that head through center, taking a little half neck roll. So we're just going to move through this a few times. Inhale on the other side. And then exhale, come through center. 2 more times as we inhale. And exhale to release. Final deep breath here. And exhale to release. This time bringing the head back to neutral. We're going to interlace the hands at the base of the skull. Inhale to open those elbows nice and wide. And then on your exhale, tuck the chin towards the chest, round the spine. And you're going to keep that forward bend going. So come to fold all the way down towards the earth. When you get there, release the bind. Let the arms sway, hang heavy. Coming into a little ragdoll here. So maybe you want to softly bend those knees. Help the chest soften towards the thighs as you take hold of opposite elbows here. And perhaps this is your first forward fold of the day. So just being kind to yourself as you sway here for 2 more breaths. Together we're going to release that bind. Raise fingertips to the shins, look forward, take a little flat back, halfway lift. And then exhale to fold. This time our right hand comes to our left ankle, soft bend in that right knee. Peel open through the left as you rotate through the center of the spine. So nice twist here, rotating through the center of the spine is just going to help to massage those insides. Deep breath here, we inhale. And exhale, take a little forward fold, maybe a little shake of the head, shake of the arms, reset. And then coming over to the opposite side. So left hand to right ankle, soft bend in the left knee. And then like a bow and arrow, peel up through that right arm. Maybe enjoying some sensations into the IT band, through the hamstrings here. Final inhale. And then exhale, release the bind, come back to that ragdoll, that forward fold. Maybe take hold of opposite elbows, let that head hang heavy. And then together we're going to release the bind. Raise fingertips to the shins, look forward, flat back. And then exhale to fold. Root to rise, Ardha Hastasana, rippling up through the spine. We're going to lightly touch our palms together and then draw them down to Anjali Mudra, hands to heart center. We're just now going to take those arms out to the side, soft bend in the knees, and start to rotate through the spine here. So again, working on that thoracic rotation. You can find a little rebound as you build some momentum here, just releasing any unwanted tension through the back body. 2 more breaths. Final inhale. On your exhale, we're going to release that bind. We're going to press down to lift up, rise. Lightly touch the palms. Exhale, waterfall the chest all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, fingertips to shins. We look forward, flat back. And then exhale, pat those hands out to a downward facing dog. So spreading the fingers nice and wide, heels rooting towards the earth as you lift that tailbone nice and high here. And I invite you to find as much movement as you like in that downward facing. So pedal out through those feet, shake the head yes, shake it no. Let everything go, let everything be released here. For our final inhale, finding some stillness. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And then on your exhale, lower those knees down, come to find your tabletop position. So in our tabletop position, we want our shoulders to be in line with our wrists, our hips to be over our knees. And we're just going to move through a few rounds of cat-cow. So inhale, lift and lengthen, open through the chest. And then exhale to round the spine. Inhale, we lift and lengthen, open through that heart center. And then exhale to round. Option to welcome in some free movement here, maybe rocking the weight backwards over the hips. Maybe sending the weight forward over those wrists. So just using this time to soften into a little bit of new space, moving to the rhythm of your own breath here. When you're ready, we're going to tuck those toes again. And once again, lift the tailbone nice and high. Come to a downward facing dog. We're going to take 3 spinal rolls here. So in your next inhale, rise up high onto the toes. Ripple forward, vertebrae by vertebrae, high plank. Exhale, bend the knees, shoot the bottom back. Lift the tailbone nice and high, downward facing. 2 more times. Inhale, ripple forward like a wave. Exhale, we release. Final time, we ripple forward, vertebrae by vertebrae, high plank. Exhale, bend the knees, shoot the bottom back, lift the tailbone, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, we're going to lift that right leg high to the sky, 3-legged dog. We're then going to step or guide that foot between the hands, lower the back knee down, and we're going to press down through the left hand, peel up through the right, easy twist. So rotating through the center of the spine, gazing towards those lifted fingertips if you can. Inhale here. Exhale, kicks down left calf and sweep that right leg out to the side. Come to find your modified Vashisthasana, your gate pose. And an invitation and option to really banana that arm all the way over the head, lift and lengthen. So one long line of energy from the right fingertips to the outer edge of the right toes. Deep breath here, we inhale. Exhale, place the right hand down on the earth, spin to face the front of your mat. Seeing if you can pick up that right leg now and step it to the outer edge of that right hand, coming into your lizard lunge. So you might need to shuffle around here, just find a little bit of space, maybe shuffle that left knee backwards. And an option here to stay up on the hands, or maybe you want to lower down to the forearms. So finding a little bit of space in the hips. And don't be afraid to find some movement here, maybe little wiggles, little sways, rocks from side to side, just as we did in that ragdoll at the beginning of the practice. 2 more breaths here. Final inhale. On your exhale, pad back onto those hands. We're going to heel toe that right foot to the center line of the mat. On your next exhale, you're going to peel back into a half split. So option to take your hands to blocks here if you need to bring the ground a little bit closer towards the body. And we're just going to wiggle those right toes from left to right. An option here to undulate with the breath. So together we inhale, lift and lengthen, open through the chest. Exhale, let it go. One more time, we lift and lengthen. And then on your exhale, we're going to pad those hands forward, tuck back toes, lift back knee. Engage the core as that right leg sweeps high to the sky, 3-legged dog again. And then place that right foot on the earth, just having a little pedal out through those feet. Maybe releasing a little sigh, a yawn, a clearing breath here. Letting everything go. And then when you're ready, we're going to come straight onto that opposite side. So inhale, left leg rises nice and high. Exhale, step or guide the foot between the hands. Lower that back knee down. We're going to press down through the right hand this time. Peel up through the left, easy twist. And again, really rotating through the center of the spine, gazing towards those lifted fingertips. Deep inhale here. On your exhale, kickstand that right calf and sweep the left leg all the way out to the left-hand side. So nice long line of energy from the outer edge of that left foot all the way to those left fingertips. And again, you can really banana the arm over the head as you press those hips forward, elongating through the side of the body. Maintain audible and even breath here. Final inhale. Exhale, spin around to face the front of your mat, left hand on the earth. Can you lift up that left leg? And then with control, step it to the outer edge of that left hand. Gorgeous. Remembering you can shuffle backwards as we arrive in that lizard lunge. So don't be afraid to move around here. Get yourself set up in a place where you can comfortably be and breathe for a few breaths. So wherever you are, that head hangs heavy. Maybe you lower down onto the forearms if that feels appropriate for you. Allowing yourself to soften, to release with every exhale. Final big breath here. We inhale. Exhale, padding back onto those hands. We're going to heel toe that left foot to the center line of the mat. Frame the front of foot. And then on your next exhale, peel back to find that half split. So really drawing left hip back, right hip forward here. And again, you can dissipate any sensations by just wiggling that left toes, those left toes even from side to side. And again, that option to undulate with the breath. Perhaps inhale, you lift and lengthen. And then exhale to bow. Inhale, we lift and lengthen. And then exhale to bow. This time, pad those hands forward, frame the front foot. Engage the core as you tuck back toes, lift back knees, send that left leg nice and high, three-legged dog. And then exhale, bring it back down to your downward facing dog. Reset, spread the fingers nice and wide, tailbone nice and high here. Softening through the shoulders, gazing between those knees. And maybe you want to shake the head yes and no here, just releasing any unwanted tension from the upper back, the neck, the shoulders. On your next inhale, gaze forward. We're going to softly bend the knees and see if we can step, jump or float to a Malasana squat. So both feet outside the hands here. Pretty of a tricky transition. Don't worry if you don't make it. So our feet are as wide as the mat here. Toes facing outwards, hands to heart center. And we're just having a little wiggle here. Eventually, we're going to find a bit of stillness. Tailbone sinking down towards the ground, gazes lifted, really opening out into those hips. If you've got a little more room, maybe joining those fists together, pressing those knees out with the elbows. Final inhale here. On your exhale, hands to the earth, send that tailbone nice and high. Just heel toe those feet into hips width. Come back to that ragdoll, let everything go. Let everything hang heavy. When you're ready, release the bind, hands on the earth. We're going to step back through our downward dog for one deep inhale. And then exhale, lower the knees down. We're coming to a seated kneeling position. So untuck those toes, sit the bum back to the heels. And we're going to take a dancing camel now. So option to use your block here, or you can just take the hand to the hip. On your next exhale, seeing if you can blow all the air out your lungs. Sweeping that left hand forward. And then as you inhale, press those hips forward, open through the chest. Exhale, come through center, switch the arms here. Inhale, press the hips forward. And exhale to release. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, let it go. 2 more times. Inhale, we lift. Exhale to release. Final time we lift and lengthen. Press those hips forward. Squeeze the glutes. And then exhale, come back through neutral this time. Sit the bum back to the heels. Maybe placing the hands on those knees, just taking a moment to let that sink in. So a moment to activate that heart chakra. Just welcoming in a little bit of self-love, a little bit of acceptance into our practice. And especially if you've been sat at your desk today, that is a really nice way to open up through that chest area, through the heart center. When you're ready, fluttering open the eyes, we're going to press the hands forward and then tuck the feet behind us. So cross the ankles, sit the bum all the way back if that's comfortable, and then shuffle the bottom to the center line of the mat. We're going to take a Janu Sirsasana. So extending your right leg out in front of you, really pick up the squishy parts of your bum so you can really root down through the sit bones. Flexing the right toes, left foot inside the thigh or calf. Inhale, we lift and lengthen, grow a little taller. And then on your exhale, take a nice little forward bend here, really softening down towards the earth. So try not to worry about how far you go down here, not worrying if you're on the fingertips, if you're using blocks here, just allowing everything to soften, to release. Once again, working into those hamstrings. And try and keep this an active stretch. So you want to have those right toes flexing towards the face. Final inhale. On your exhale, lift up vertebrae by vertebrae. Head arrives last. And then left hand outside left glute. Little baby wild thing. Press those hips forward. Little counter posture. Open through the chest. Through that heart center again. And then we're going to tuck that right leg in, extend the left, coming onto the opposite side. So extend the left leg in front of us, flex those left toes towards the face. Inhale, we lift, we lengthen. And then exhale to release. So let everything release down towards the earth. Head hangs nice and heavy here. Final deep breath, we inhale. On your exhale, rippling up vertebrae by vertebrae, that head arrives last. This time right hand outside right glute, press down to lift up, lift those hips high, squeeze the glutes, open through that heart center, baby wild thing. And then sit that bum down. We're going to come to bring our feet hips width at the top of our mat. Shuffle our bottom forward ever so slightly. One final little heart opener, hand to each knee. Inhale, we lift, we lengthen, we open the chest. And then exhale, lower down vertebrae by vertebrae, allowing the head to be the last thing to arrive. When you get there, just taking hold of opposite elbows on the floor behind your head. Windshield wiping those knees from left to right. We're going to close our practice with a supine twist. So squeezing right knee in towards the chest, left leg goes out long, and really give that right knee a little hug, a little squeeze in towards the right armpit. On your next exhale, right knee draws over to the left hand side. Shuffle the left hip underneath the body. Rotate from the center of the spine. And we're trying to let both shoulder blades melt down into the earth here. Allowing the weight of the body to do the work. Final inhale. On your exhale, draw those knees to center, squeezing everything in towards the chest. Changing sides now, this time keep hold of that left knee. Right leg goes out long. Give it a little hug, a little wiggle. And then when you're ready, we're going to draw that left knee over to the right hand side. Shuffle right hip underneath the body as you rotate through the center of the spine. Breathing softly, trying to bring our breath back to its regular rhythm now. This last little bit of work before we come into our final resting posture, our Shavasana. So when you're ready, draw those knees into center, give everything a nice big hug. An option for a final happy baby or anything else that's calling you today. So maybe taking hold of the outer edges of the feet, just swaying a little from side to side. It might feel nice to play with extending one leg and then the other, just noticing all that lovely new space you've created in the body. And then when you're ready, releasing one leg and then the other, coming all the way down to lie on our backs. Lifting those shoulder blades off the earth, finding a bit of space here in the spine as we allow our body to be supported by the unmoving ground beneath us. And our Shavasana is where we reap all the benefits of mindfully moving our body. So enjoying this time to be still, to be soft. We're going to slowly start to bring some awareness back into the space by taking a deep clearing breath, inhaling through the nose and really sigh it out through the mouth. Beginning now to wiggle the fingers, the toes, slowly bringing some mindful movements back into the space. Maybe circle the ankles, the wrists. Allow that movement to grow. Maybe take a full body stretch from the fingertips all the way down to the toes, as if you were waking up for the very first time this morning. And then we're going to tuck our knees in towards our chest, wrap our arms around, give ourselves a really nice big hug, thanking our body, our breath, ourselves for showing up on the mat today. And then rolling onto whichever side feels most appropriate for you. Just spending a moment in that fetal position to perhaps notice anything that shifted. In no rush whatsoever, we're going to come to meet in a seated position at the top of our mat. So crossing the legs, moving the squishy parts of the bum so we can root down through the sit bones. And we're going to close our practice together exactly how we begun, with one final clearing and collective breath. So in your next inhale, rise those arms high towards the sky. Lightly touch the palms and then draw everything into your heart center as you exhale. Using this time to come back to your intention that we set together at the beginning of our practice. And perhaps just taking this time to offer your practice to a devotee, someone you love, someone you care about, somebody who perhaps needs a little bit of extra energy today. Together we bring thumbs to third eye, bow chin towards the chest, always in gratitude and always in peace. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you next time.